welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be comparing the new Louis Vuitton Multicolor 30 Speedy bags, both the black and the white multicolor, to the original ones from the early to mid 2000s, because I still do have a lot of my original multicolor collection, which, if you know Louis Vuitton, you know it was a collaboration that Louis Vuitton did with Takashi Murakami, if I didn't just murder that. And the bags were absolutely stunning. To this day, they are still my favorite Louis Vuitton colors, bags, design. I think that they should offer it in like probably every bag that they own, but they don't. So that being said, like I said, I still have most of my pieces, and when they released last year, the first batch, I was actually able to get my hands on the black multicolor Speedy, which was like a miracle. It was like meant to be because I was out of town traveling. I don't remember where I was. I think I might have been Lake Tahoe, I believe. And I didn't even know they were coming out with it because, you know, when you're traveling and you're off doing stuff and, you know, hiking up mountains and swimming and being in lakes and riding horses and all the stuff, you're not, well, at least me, I'm not on my computer looking at handbags. So I did not know that it was going to be released because I was gone for a long time. I found out when I came home, literally like the day before everything got released. So as you can imagine, by the time I went on there to try to order something, everything was gone. Like there was not a piece left anywhere to be had. Like there just wasn't. So of course I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need this, you know? So my millennial popped right out. And I was like, I have to have the black multicolor Speedy because the black multicolor was always my favorite. I have white multicolor pieces as well, like I said, but the black one was like my thing. So I was so lucky to get the bag. Like I went in and I spoke to my sales associate there and I said, hey, I'm like, if this bag comes in, please call me. I want this bag so bad. And he was like, well, you know what? I think I have one of my other customers that purchased it and I don't think she wants it. And I think she's bringing it back. I said, if she brings it back, call me first. I will pay right away and grab the bag. So he did. Like he called me, I think it was like two days later, and he said, if you want this bag, it just came in. He said, you better pay for it right now and come and get it because all of the other sales associates want it for their clients. Like everybody's starting to fight over it. And I said, oh, no. Like that bag is mine. I grabbed my Amex and paid for it right away. He's like, great, it's paid for, but you better come and get it so it doesn't disappear. So I hopped in my car and I drove like almost an hour away to get it. And I actually, you know, had to tip him as well because he did good. So yeah, that's how I got my hands on that one. So anyways, I've spent way too long talking about it. Let's get into it. And then we'll explain the white one, but we're going to do the black one first because it was the first one and I love it. So here we are. So we're going to start with the new one so that I can point some things out here. So this is it. Stunning. I already showed this in another one of my bags, like when I got it, but I'm showing it again. If you haven't seen that video, here is the black multicolor. Absolutely gorgeous. There's the little lock that's in the front. Okay. And then I have my original black Multicolor Speedy. That's still absolutely gorgeous. The patina has honey, like it's so beautiful. I don't know if it really shows on camera how gorgeous it is, but it is. It's still so beautiful, still so vibrant, stunning. This one's stuffed, like I have stuffing. I keep my bags stuffed usually, and just to keep them in like really good condition, especially the older ones, because they do naturally slouch a little bit, just the type of bag it is. So if you notice right away on here, this bag has gold, like the older original one, there we are, has gold on it instead of the silver that the new bag has. Like, see how the feet there are silver, the lock is silver, everything's silver on this one. So that was like a really big difference. Also, the straps, how the new one is black, which I'm gonna tell you right now, that really sold me. I was like, that is so perfect, because with the bags with the patina, the vachetta, I'm sorry, not patina, that's what it does, but the vachetta, when you go out like in the rain or something, it can actually get rain droplet stains and all of that on it, where you can try to clean it off, doesn't always work, and it gets dirty, and you know, it changes color over time. So it goes from being like that really new vachetta to dark and honey, which I think the honey is very pretty. But when I saw the black, I was like, oh no, that is such a nice upgraded detail. Loved it. However, I will say, there's pros and cons to both of them. I think this one is a lot, I think the newer one is definitely a lot shinier. Maybe it's like, it seems to be more vibrant to me. But I think that's definitely a plus. It doesn't feel like any of the color will scratch off as easily as it could on the older one. Not that I've really had that issue, but I know some people have, and I do have a couple of wallets that have had that issue over time. So I think that's a plus. Like I said, the black handles are a plus. The other thing that was an absolute plus for me in this bag was the silver. I just think it gave it such a more modern look. Like, I love it with the silver, whereas the older one has the gold, and again, it's still absolutely beautiful and it matches the bag beautifully, but I prefer the silver. So as far as size goes, they're both 30s, so they're both, you know, the same size. And then the other thing is the back, as you can see. The newer one, it's just one continuous, this one is not one continuous. The newer one is separate pieces all put together of the monogram. So there's no upside down LVs. See how they're connected at the bottom. And then on the original, it's one continuous piece of monogram canvas. So on the back, they're upside down. So I actually like the newer one, how they're all right side up, and I don't know, I like that. I think it's obviously more modern, like the way it's supposed to be. So those are things I love about it. But I will say I have noticed, and I still love Louis Vuitton, but I have noticed over time that their quality of materials, things like, especially like the hardware is where I see it the most. The quality was better on the originals of everything. Like so the new one doesn't have like this for the zipper. It has regular like just zipper pulls. See the little zipper pulls? Just regular zipper pulls. So with that being said, the zipper pulls, they seem so, I don't want to say so because that's not the word, but they don't seem to be as good quality. They're good quality, but not as good, I feel like, as they used to be. So I don't know, that was something that I noticed right away. That was kind of like, I don't know, it's still nice. I still love it, and I would still buy it again. So don't let that discourage you. I'm just pointing out some differences. Then the other thing is on the original black one, it has the studs here. And on the new one, there are no studs. So I like the studs, but I see how they didn't do it on the new one, because on the new one, it's not as much space there where the handles connect as the old one. So there really isn't much room. And the other thing is the handles on the older one are much thicker. And I want to maybe slightly longer. I'm not sure, I haven't measured it, but definitely thicker than on the new ones that are a little bit skinnier. But also on the new one, that there is no option for on the old one at all, is the strap. I think the strap is awesome. I love it. I love it. Like I said, all these new Speedies and how you can put straps on them is fantastic. Especially, like I was saying in another video, the where you can wear it as a crossbody strap. Love that. The other thing that is different about the new Speedy rather than the older one is you don't have the pocket in the front here with this detail, which is fine. I mean, I think it's stunning on the older bag. I think it's beautiful. On the newer one, it's not there. So it gives it like a cleaner, more modern look, which I really like that a lot. So out of the two, though, I don't know, I still look at them and I still look at the older one. I'm like, it's gorgeous. The bags, they're both absolutely stunning. They both have things that I like and things that I'm like, oh, they should have done this, should have done that. But overall, stunning, both of them. And the new one I absolutely love, and I would buy it again. So moving on, today I actually picked up the white multicolor Speedy because my sales associate told me that they were going to be releasing this bag like a couple months ago, and I was like, I have to have this bag. So I ordered it and it came in today. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous little bag. I mean, gorgeous. Very similar to the black one I just showed you, with a few differences, such as here you have studs on, where on the black Speedy there are no studs on there. So it's just like a little bit different looking with and without. I love the studs. I think that they should have put studs on the black one. I think that would have really made it pop. But they didn't, but that's okay. They probably will eventually, I don't know. But if they do, guess what? I'm buying it. So with the white one, like I said, stunning, gorgeous. Again, it is separate pieces of canvas. So you have the right side up on both sides instead of upside down. They did stick with the gold. Instead of going with silver with this bag, they stuck with the gold. And they stuck with the vachetta instead of doing it black or any other color, which I think is beautiful on this bag because the bag is light anyways, so I don't think putting black on there would have looked very good. So, gorgeous bag. And then, of course, I still have my original white multicolor Speedy. Stunning. Gorgeous. Again, too, the vachetta has patina into this beautiful honey color. And here's the key pochette thing on this one. It doesn't have any studs. There's no lock there because with this bag, just like the black one, of course, I just didn't show that, but it locks right here on the side. And there's a key for that, but no padlock like the other ones have. So next to the new one, this is how they look. I can't get them both in here at the same time because I don't have my camera set up for that at the moment. So we're just gonna roll with what we got going on. But here they are. And you can kind of see the little differences in them. Again, I feel like the newer one is a little bit shinier. It's a little bit softer. It's less likely, I believe, to scratch and have any of the color come off. Whereas the older one is a little bit more of like a rough type. You can really feel the texture. It doesn't feel so soft. And I think that it would be a lot easier to scratch it up. However, I can tell you I've had this bag for many years. Like this particular one, I want to say I've had like, when did I buy this bag? I don't know. I think it was like 2010 or something like that, 2011. I've had this bag for a long time. And I've never had an issue with it, and I've used it. So it's still perfect. Just things I noticed with the newer one. It's just, and it has like more of a softer feel, slouchier feel on the newer one. And again, the straps on the older one are thicker than the new one. They're just a lot thinner. And then eventually this vachetta here, it will patina as well. Although I can tell you that when I feel this one, it feels like it might take longer for that to happen than the older one. It just feels maybe coated or something like that. I don't know. Weird. But gorgeous bag, I think. And just like with the black one, I have a strap. I absolutely love this. Love it, love it. I think it is a fabulous feature because sometimes you gotta be hands-free. So I think that's awesome. Something that they could not do with the older one because again, there was nowhere to put it. And again, the older one has the pocket here, the little lock, and the newer one does not. And when I was picking up my bag, there were ladies there and they're like, oh, that bag is stunning, it's gorgeous. And some ladies noticed right away, oh, it doesn't have the pocket like the old one had. And I said, yeah, it doesn't. And a couple of people mentioned that they missed that pocket, they missed that look. Me, I like the more modern look. I don't know, I'm sitting here looking at them both and I'm kind of like torn. I'm like, I don't know. I think one good thing about not having the pocket is you just really, it makes the color just like really, you just really notice it. So I don't know, maybe I like it without the pocket. But I definitely love the little studding details that they put on this. I think it's fabulous. I think it's a gorgeous bag. I think they're all gorgeous, and I will definitely be purchasing more multicolor in the future if they come with certain bags. Like I'm waiting for, I don't know if it will ever happen, but I'm hoping that eventually they will create a multicolor artsy bag. They don't call it artsy anymore. I forget what they've changed it to because they like kind of discontinued the bag but brought it back but with a different name and a little bit of a different style. But if you know what that bag is, I have a few of them, but they never made it in multicolor because the bag came out after all of that. And I think it would be stunning. Oh my gosh. I think it would be just gorgeous because the artsy is like this one big piece of canvas or leather, depending on how you purchase it, but it would be so gorgeous in multicolor, especially if they did black multicolor with the black strap, because the artsy has like one long strap. It's meant to be carried on your shoulder. It's like a hobo slouchy type of a bag, and I think that would be stunning. However, if they came with it in either color, I would buy either color, or I would buy both if they came with it with both. So Louis Vuitton, if you're ever stumbling across my video, please make that. I will buy it. I will buy two. And I'm sure a lot of people would buy it, because when I mentioned it to a sales associate, she was like, oh my God, yeah, I would buy it. I was like, yeah, I know, it would be stunning. So anyway, those are the differences in the new versus the older, because I know that there are some people that are still buying the older ones online, and some people question the differences, the newer ones, the older ones, because as more of the newer ones come into stock, people will be able to buy them. Like when I went into the store to pick mine up today, they had a couple of pieces left that people didn't want anymore. No Speedies, but a couple of other ones, and some of them are new all to themselves, and then some of them are the same as what the older ones were as far as style goes. But some people didn't know the differences, and when I told them that I still have my original Speedies, they were like, oh, it's going to be so cool to sit them together and see the differences, and you know how they've changed it and how they've modernized it, and what you like better, what you like, what you don't like, kind of thing. I said, yeah, no, that would be great. And then I thought, well, let me share it with everybody here, because like I said in another video, sometimes when I'm looking to purchase a bag, I will go on YouTube and check it out, see what people have to say about it, see what their likes and dislikes are, and try to figure out for myself if that's something that is worth me going to check out or worth me purchasing. So yeah, that was my idea for this video, was for it to be a helpful one like that, and I hope that it did help you out. And I will be coming back soon with another unboxing. All right. Thank you so much for finding my channel, and follow, like, subscribe, please, if you would like to see more.